Let's talk more about this murder charge that had been filed against the gynecologist. In fact, to actually discuss more about this, I'm now joined on the broadcast by Mr. Vikram Singh, who's a former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Singh, thank you so much for joining me. If we talk about this particular case, why a murder charge? Why not a case of negligence? Why was this FIR under Section 302 filed by the police there?
There are innumerable case laws showing that case of murder is just not made out. Whether it was negligence, criminal negligence, that is debatable, but there cannot be such whimsical and knee-jerk registration of cases in respect of doctors as also the nursing homes. The police ran the extra mile to rope in Dr. Archana Sharma because it was, let me tell you very frankly, that it was because of corruption, inbuilt and institutional corruption, that they said. Is there a mens rea? Behind every criminal act, there is a guilty intent. Tomorrow, no doctor is going to operate upon anyone if this be the consequence of anything done in good faith. The police did this. You normally go to a police station, your FIR will not be registered unless some high and mighty rings up for you. In this case, I'm so sorry for Dr. Archana Sharma that a brilliant career came to a very abrupt and a tragic end. This was an avoidable tragedy. And I hold the police officers and the leadership responsible for what happened to Dr. Archana Sharma. Now, my advice would be to dismiss those who registered the case and probably harassed. By this token, please understand, all of us are leaders of the force. Suicides happen, very great tragedies. But that way, any Director General Police of the paramilitary force of the police will also go to jail without even knowing that somebody has committed a suicide. That does not cut any ice. You are supposed to apply your mind during the course of investigation and not to do anything that is whimsical, arm twisting, and sheer blackmail. I'm extremely sorry. It is extremely unprofessional. But I see a silver lining in otherwise very dark cloud that Sadi Lal Meena, the health minister, has said that he will take action. The action should take place today in the next 24 hours. The guilty policemen should be dismissed from service, not suspended. They should be dismissed from service and the case be registered against them.
Right. Mr. Singh, I'm really glad that you're making some very, very strong points, and you are making strong statements that, really demanding a dismissal of the cops who are, to be blamed in this particular case. When we talk about FIR, sir, this is the first step towards criminal prosecution. Now, when, let's say in this particular case, the family was pressing on the police to actually file an FIR under Section 302, what in this case should a police officer be doing?
Understood. If there were compulsions to lodge an FIR, the Criminal Procedure Code gives you also the margin either to investigate it. After investigation, you feel prima facie it's a false and a malicious and a perverse case, then you can expunge the case. In Hindi, say vilupt kar dena, jurm kharija kar dena. And after doing this, you can, if it is a malicious case, you also have the option, the police, when I say you, I mean the police, to lodge a case on 182 of the Indian Penal Code against the complainant for lodging a false and a perverse and a malicious complaint. The police, if they are professional, know all the options, and it is what is provided by the rule of law. But what they chose to act and try to twist the arm, I can tell you from my experience, perhaps they saw a gold mine in Dr. Archana Sharma, and that is why they ran the extra mile to corner her, twist her arm, and extract their pound of flesh. I would stop at that because it is so nauseating and sickening a feeling that I get on listening such incidents.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Vikram Singh, for joining me. Very strong points that Mr. Singh has made, and very important one at that, because remember, we are talking about the kind of negligence and the kind of, lawlessness that has been brought to light when this particular case is really something that we talk about.